The 1975's debut record, titled The 1975. Time for a review. A lot of you guys have actually requested this one. I actually found this band when I heard the song Sex, and that was probably about a year ago now, and I honestly started getting stoked for this record. I've heard about this album coming out. I believe it was like the spring when I found out that their album was coming out in the fall. Listening to it now, I just see that this album is full of a lot of cool sounds that could make this band, I feel like it could make them huge. Indie rock, electronic rock, and just throwback 80s feels to a lot of this record, and I like that. A lot of these songs are guitar driven and just have incredibly catchy melodies. Take the song Chocolate, for example. That song right there is just, it just blew my mind the first time I heard it, how unbelievably catchy and fun that this song is. One of my favorite songs of the year so far. Just unbelievable. The guitar, it's so melodic and just catchy to the ear. Lead singer's voice just carries so well throughout Chocolate and even on many of the songs on this record, but Chocolate stands to me so far high above many of these songs. What's the song about though? Most likely drugs and crime and getting into trouble with your friends, but you know, obviously he's saying it smells like, oh, my car smells like chocolate, you know. Probably a metaphor for something else. I don't really think he's talking about his car smelling like Dove chocolate or anything like that. Although that would be a really interesting twist if the band just really did like chocolate. The City leads off the album on a super cool note, although the song may not be new to you, as it was featured on one of their 4 earlier EPs. And my only complaint about this is that the lead-off song, the 1975, it doesn't flow right into it like I was expecting it to. I was hearing the intro song for the first time and I was getting excited because there was this little bit of build up there at the end, and then it just kind of flatlined and it didn't lead straight into The City. But The City as a standalone track is phenomenal. It's extremely catchy. That's one thing that many of the songs on this record benefit from. The drums are pounding and driving in the background on The City. They stand kind of out from the pack more than most songs on the record, at least drumming wise. I like that, and I think that's a very cool thing, the way they kind of like have such a variety in the way the instrumentals and the background music sounds on this album. If the chorus from The City doesn't get stuck in your head at least one time, or at least, you know, from time to time, then you're probably lying to yourself. Job well done on this track. Remember that whole throwback 80s feel thing I was talking about? Well, I wanted to go ahead and talk about a couple of those songs, because a lot of them near at least the end of the record do, towards the middle to the end I should say, really start benefiting from that whole 80s factor, nostalgia, but with a modern twist. Hard Out kind of starts that for me. Very 80s driven, like I said. The guitar is prominent, repetitive, and fun. The lyrical content, top notch, and is easily one of the best tracks on this debut album from the 1975. Is that a trumpet I'm hearing in this song? Actually, I believe it is. I love the addition of the extra instrumentation, some of the brass work that was done on this album. It briefly reminds me of Midnight City, the smash hit by M.O.N.E.Y, so I thought that was really cool. It's not like in a rip-off-ish type way, I just thought I noticed that. Settle Down is another extremely catchy, 4 to the floor dance rock jam, full of 80s sounding nostalgia. The band truly sounds best when the guitar is at the forefront, honestly. The electronics take a back seat because, like on songs like Money, it's not really one that I'm into as much. It's got those looping, repetitive sounds, and I like some of the lyrical content on songs like Money, but at the same time, it's just not something that I can fully get into. Now back to Settle Down. Don't get me wrong, the other sounds are appreciated on this record, but I like it when these songs are guitar-led. The whistling effect on Settle Down was a nice touch as well, and ensures that the listener's ear will be caught. Robbers is one that opens with a loopy synth part and then rocks right into this steady and solid guitar loop. The airy and echoed style vocals help take on a different atmosphere for this tune, and it really gives that feeling of kind of hazed desperation, yearning, and longing. She Way Out pretty much demands that I go outside, roll the windows down, go for a drive in my car, and jam out to this while just driving down the highway on a fall day. The band released this album at a perfect time, I feel like, because I feel like this could easily, a lot of the songs on this record could be part of a major soundtrack to like my fall days. The music fits the mood, and this track in particular shimmers with guitar perfection. Nothing too complex, but just the right amount of simplicity. Pressure continues that throwback feel that much of the album contains, You'll definitely hear some brass instrumentation on this track and more of those melodies that are honestly by this point in the album, you know, hearing a lot of these throwback songs, they're kind of starting to grate on me a little bit. So that's one complaint I have, that many of these songs just are they're in some very similar veins and they're not really branching out too much. So I would like to see like a little bit more variation from the 1975 in the future, but there are so many good songs here. Now there are several, or at least a couple, that I didn't really enjoy at all on this album. My least favorite being the final track on the album is There's Somebody Who Can Watch You. That one right there is just, it's very slow, piano driven, and it just doesn't really fit the band. It doesn't have any of their special flair to it at all, and it just really sounds sad, a little bit depressing, and just too far out there and it doesn't connect with any of the other songs on the record. Talk is one that really just gets on my nerves and one that I honestly cannot stand and find myself wanting to skip each time I hear it. Why you talk so loud? Why, I don't know, why you throw this song on album? Why we talk like this? Getting back to more tracks that I do enjoy though, Sex, obviously I enjoyed that one because I mentioned that was the first track that helped me discover this band. That one right there, I do prefer the EP version, honestly, over the LP version. It just felt like it had a little bit more life to it. Just a few things, a few little tiny tweaks just can make that much of a difference. The guitar doesn't seem as loud. It just doesn't seem to quite have the same just sense of just like, I don't know, like teenage, like lust and that sort of thing, everything in it. It tells a story the exact same way. The lyrics haven't changed at all. But I don't know, I felt like the other one had a little bit more life to it, but I still really love this song, don't get me wrong. Girls is a track that's like sweet candy to the eardrum, with guitar melodies that flow like a river on a calm summer day. It's just as smooth and simple as that. You can't ignore the well-arranged drum patterns either, or the fact that I thought he was singing They're Just Ghosts. Relatable, well-paced, just beautiful sounding overall. Possibly it's very close to being like my second favorite on this record. Chocolate being my overall, then it's probably either Sex or else Girls. The final track I wanted to talk about is called Menswear, and I originally thought this was going to be an instrumental, but it actually just ended up surprising me. It sails through this really like calm and cool, collected instrumental, and then it breaks in with like the vocals and the pop clap style drum beats. The vocals are laid back, but at the same time still just have an entertaining sense and quality to them. It's a little bit hard to paint a picture of this track in particular, but I definitely think it's a little bit of a diamond in the rough. It's not something that you're going to be expecting, but at the same time it's still definitely worth checking out. The album can grow a little bit tiresome with repeated listens, but overall the energy and just the entertainment is there. It's a 4 out of 5 from me right here at Album Review TV. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Did you love it? Have you not heard it yet? Or do you want to check it out? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, my vlog. Everything's in the links down below, so just check me out on there. And I appreciate you guys watching, subscribing, and as always, your home for music news and reviews, Album Review TV. Let me know what I should review next. Don't forget to find me on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace,